Who knew there was pecan country in New Mexico around the Rio Grande? I had no idea.
I didn't know either.
We found a great place to stay outside of Las Cruces, New Mexico through Hipcamp called
Pecan Hideout. I'm TK.
And I'm Earl.
Let's check it out. It was a really nice day. I think we were pleasantly surprised
Yeah.
by the spot. We just never know if things are going to look like the pictures or the description or what it's going to actually be like when we show up at a hip camp. And it was a really sweet couple of days. We had a really nice host and we got to do a fire a couple nights.
Haven't had a fire in a long time.
Yeah, I asked them, like, is it too dry? And they said as long as it wasn't too windy, and it was really windy one day. But we got to do 2 fires. And the spot was pretty sweet, right by a small pecan orchard. We were able to walk around a little bit, and we had some nice privacy.
Yeah.
Really cute spot.
Yeah, and they had things set up pretty well. I mean, it looked almost like an RV park, the way they had the electric set up and the water and the sewer right there. It was really nice to have.
There are a few things we definitely knew we wanted to get in while we were there. And one was to visit a winery or a brewery.
Mm-hmm.
And before we went, you decided it would be smart to get some food in our bellies.
Yeah.
So we went to a Mexican restaurant, to Victoria's Mexican Grill, and the salsa was great.
Yeah, salsa was really good.
And we also got horchata. I had a little bit of his.
Yeah, the horchata was like...
It was huge.
It was like a mega pint.
Yeah. We're like, what? And then you got the
chili, or the burrito verde.
I got flautas. Then we went to the winery, went to La Viña Winery, which we found out is actually a harvest host.
Yeah.
And they have electric for $10. So we may be coming back.
Yeah, I think so.
And they had a really great deal for wine tasting. I think $10 for 3 glasses. It was like 3 glasses of wine. It was a lot of alcohol for me, actually.
Yeah, it wasn't like the small little pours they give you. Like these were good pours.
Yeah, I was like good after the first glass.
Yeah.
I got my 3 red wines and you got your 3 white wines.
Yeah.
They were delicious. They were good.
Yeah, very good.
Another thing we definitely knew we had to do was to go to White Sands.
Yeah, White Sands is one of those places that you definitely want to visit. You know, we've kind of like had it on our radar for a while and didn't visit last time we were through here. And like, you know what, we're gonna go this time. And it was phenomenal. We really loved it.
Better to go when it's not too hot. Do make sure you bring lots of water. And we actually did the sledding thing.
Yeah. Yeah, they have little discs that you can buy, and then you use some wax and you wax it up and sled down the hill, kind of like Clark Griswold in Christmas Vacation, and it was really a time.
A really nice visitor center, nice gift shop, and then we had a nice drive out to the actual dunes, I guess, there. Oh, and also inside the visitor center, they had a lot of really great descriptions of the area.
And how it was formed and everything.
Yeah, that it used to be like the Permian Sea. Like there used to be water. There's still water. There's a water table, and they explain that that's why the sand hasn't blown away, because it sticks to that water, but it was like an actual body of water. Millions and millions of years ago, so that's pretty neat.
Scoot, 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 scoot. Feet out and lean back. Feet out and lean back. She'll get here. You'll be fine. No, you'll be fine. Almost there. You're almost there.
I'm swimming.
We had to learn some flexibility a little bit on this trip because we had issues with things being closed. We got there on Easter, and on Tuesday we had some things we wanted to try. First we wanted to get pecan pie because we were in a pecan area.
Yeah.
And the first bakery we tried, we looked at the reviews, blah blah blah, closed. And then we found another one, thank goodness.
Yeah.
We got our pecan pie. And then later that night we were talking to our host, and he was suggesting to go to Mesilla, and it was supposed to be our last night, so we're like, maybe we can squeeze it in quickly that night. So we drive all the way out to Mesilla, We took the truck because we had to fill up gas to make sure we're ready for the next day.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to go to La Posta, which is like supposed to be a really neat restaurant, good food.
Yeah.
Great ambiance.
And history behind it too, right?
Yeah. And we get there, and you can see the sign that says that they're not open. We're like, Earl's saying now that we need to call every place
Everywhere we go.
I'm like, I'm not calling like the Aldi to say, are you open? They're gonna think I'm on crack. But anyway, so we decided we're already here in Mesilla, and it's getting dark, but we're like, we're gonna make the most of this, besides getting gas, obviously. So we have some pictures for you that are in the dark, but it is a cute little town. We went to like the park center that had some information about Mesilla. It was famous for Billy the Kid because that's where they imprisoned him for a while. He escaped. He ended up being killed soon after, I found out. But there's like a building that's all about Billy the Kid. I think it's like a gift shop or some kind of something.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. And it's actually been pretty interesting that we've slowly been picking up information about the Wild West. I was never really that interested, but because of this RV life, we've been passing through places that mention, and we love historical markers.
Yeah.
Every time we see, like, there's always like a warning, like in 1 mile there's a historical marker. We didn't see this in the Midwest.
No.
Are there any historical markers in the Midwest? Tell us. And then we're driving down the road to our next location, and we pass this historical marker that said something about John something murder site. And I'm like, that's a really weird historical marker. So we looked it up later and find out all about the Lincoln County War and what happened with that. And there's Billy the Kid again because he was one of the regulators. So yeah, now I know the history of Billy the Kid and Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday. I mean, the basics. And just because I walked in their footsteps a little bit. Pretty cool.
Yeah. So we really enjoyed our stay in the Las Cruces area, and would definitely recommend if you are a hip camper to stay at
Pecan Hideout. Or one of the wineries.
Yeah, that winery there is cool too. And if you're not a Hipcamp member, we do have a link below for you to join. And if you liked our video, please subscribe to our channel, leave a like, and let us know if there's anything you'd like to do in the Las Cruces area also. Thanks, everybody.
It was a really pleasant stay.
Yeah.
We were pleasantly...
We're pleasantly pleasant.
I'm rambling a little bit. Whatever, cut it out.
Yeah, you want to talk
Just
now?
like you were gonna say
Yeah,
something. You had...
So it was a...
It was a...
It's a